I try to tell this team that they won't be selling tickets in their home games and even the away matches. So for me, I think despite all this news, they've been fantastic very well, and we all know what happened in the Premier League against Newcastle. They want to tell the world that even we are still facing this issue, but we are still the best Chelsea we all know. And for me, after Manchester City, Liverpool, they are the next club in the Premier League that they are doing very well. And kudos to these guys. Now they are the last set of the Champions League, and I think other team also needs to take this team serious. I was saying that even if they can face the almighty Bayern Munich of this world, they're still going to get the maximum results they want, because this team with Thomas Tuchel, they can still do everything and they can still get back-to-back in Champions League.
Okay, let's take a look at Chelsea coach Thomas Tuchel. He has already managed 30-plus win in his first 50 Champions League matches. We have Zidane already had 31, Thomas Tuchel had 30, Pep Guardiola had 30 to his name. Do you think ever since Thomas Tuchel has been appointed as Chelsea manager, has been doing exceptionally well? With what is happening to Chelsea presently, it doesn't feel like he's having any problem in the squad presently. Do you still see him bringing this performance back again? And do you see them coming to the final of the UEFA Champions League?
Anything can happen in world of football, but for me, I can see this Chelsea team. They are now a big contender in the Champions League, no doubt, because they've been doing very well in the Champions League. And now I can even say I can see this team in the Champions League final, no doubt. They have the players to get the job done for Thomas Tuchel. And we all know that Thomas Tuchel in the dressing room is looking good, and they have the good rapport with the players. And we'll be seeing everything on the pitch, even off the pitch. They are good. You know, during their training, you see this coach training with these guys just to get the perfect players. Don't ever forget, we have Romelu Lukaku still benching in the team despite the money that they got to get this guy, and this guy still benching. I think 7 matches straight he has been on the bench, and right now Thomas Tuchel having 30 win to his name. For me, I think this guy, no doubt, is one of the best coach. Even we are saying when they got this guy that during the off season, that how can this guy get this job done within the 6 months, and this guy did it very well. And even I can even say that Chelsea, because they are having the ban on getting players or offloading players, that they have this problem. I would have said Chelsea put another this guy to paper, just to put pen to paper and get him on contract, maybe 2 years contract, because this guy is doing the job for them. He has really Champions League, the Super Cup, the Club World Cup, exactly. Everything he has won, only the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. And I can say, even they are still in the FA Cup, only the Carabao Cup that they are out, that the defeat to Liverpool. So for me, I think they can still get, they are still on it. So for me, this team, they are looking good in shape anytime.
Christiana, international break is back on board, and a lot of players have been called up into their squad. But presently, I would like to take a look at.
And for me, I can say one of the best teams in Europe, having promising player talent in their squad. Sancho, Ronaldo, and other guys in the team. So for me, I think United can still give them the boost that they can still get something in the Champions League.
Okay, even a history of it that the moments they had a team which Ronaldo is playing with, they always get disqualified. But thank God they've already disqualified the team which Cristiano Ronaldo is playing in. So what of Manchester City? Their chance, even if it is obvious, Manchester City for the past 3 or 4 seasons, they've been playing fantastic well. Until recently when they goes to final in the last season when Chelsea defeated them. Do you still see them making it up to the final this time around?
I think the only prayer is that they won't beat Chelsea in the final, because right now Manchester City, no doubt, one of the best teams in Europe, in the Champions League, that they are doing very well at the moment, and I can boldly say that they are into final already, because if they meet any team, I can still say that they can get the window for them, because Manchester City during this time they are doing very well, and if they can get their players back.
And this is the last chance that Pep Guardiola already has to make it up to Manchester City and deliver it. It is the only cup he's actually searching for.
And I've said this is a big test for Pep Guardiola right now into the last 8 of the Champions League. And for me, I would say now this is a big test for him try to win all your games and get to the final, and let's see, maybe it's going to win something in the Champions League. But for me, I can still say they still have the chance to get to the final.
Okay, Real Madrid and Liverpool, I want us to take it 2-2 because of our time. Real Madrid, Liverpool, their chance of making it to the final. Recently we could see what Real Madrid and Liverpool is up to in their different leagues and what they are up to in the Champions League. Can we say this team can still make it up to the final?
For me, Liverpool, one of the best teams in Europe right now.
And Liverpool is full of aged players this time around.
Honestly, and they are doing very well. Even in their league, in the Champions League, they've been doing fantastically well. So for me, I would say Liverpool, they have the chance also to get to the final once you have Salah. And I think the most difficult team in the Champions League, they've defeated this team, Inter Milan. You all know that this team also, they play the same pattern of
football with Liverpool.
This high-intensity pressing, and they've been doing it. Liverpool are getting the job done for themselves. Even Inter Milan getting that, they get to defeat them in that game. But during for the aggregate, they are on to the last 8. So for me, Salah, Mane, Jota, Luis Diaz, and other guys in the team, they've been doing very well. Don't let's forget that they still have Virgil van Dijk, Matip, D4 Matip, we all know Konate, other guys that are still there to get the job done. I always say that this Liverpool team is the only team that can defeat Bayern Munich for me, because Bayern Munich are the only best team in the Champions League that can say they can get to the final 100% sure. But football sometimes it cannot predict that football, because sometimes this most shocking result just comes in anytime. But Real Madrid, that's what we all know that as the king of Europe for them, because whenever nobody give them the chance to win PSG in the second leg, and it happens, the rest is a story. You see Benzema coming to the stage and getting the hat-trick for the most important win for Real Madrid, despite having some issues in the middle of the park, some players getting injury, and you see them coming up to the task and get to the win. So for me, Real Madrid, we all know them as the king of Europe. They can still get to the final, but I don't see them getting to the final because we have some, like I say, they have some team that can cause obstacles for them. Real Madrid, they have Bayern Munich, they have this team also, Atletico Madrid, which I can say that they're a very stubborn team, a very minded team.
Yes,
they still have Bayern Munich also,
team.
And we all know that tomorrow is going to be the draw. They can get anybody out of this team that I mentioned.
Any team can draw against each other in this quarterfinal. Okay, Benfica is one of the teams that actually surprised me most, because if you watch the game against Ajax actually played them from beginning to end. But like you said, football cannot be predictable. And now Benfica, Bayern Munich.
But for me, Benfica, this team, like I said earlier, that the other team needs to take them serious. We all know that
they are like underdog in this tournament.
In the group stage, they have this team in the group stage. Barcelona, Bayern Munich, them, and another one team there in the team. And you see these people, you see this team getting the second spot in the Champions League group stage, going to the round of 16, winning one of the tough teams that I can say that the Champions League, they are doing very well. The Champions League, one of their players having 10 goals in the Champions League, and they defeat them now to the last 8 of the team of the tournament now. And you see Benfica, the most underrated team there.
Every team have to be wary of Benfica, because their style of play is look like an underdog, which you might not even look at them like, okay, this team is good, but they can actually put any upset. Chelsea, Villarreal, their chances of making it to the final stage. I
think Chelsea have the chance to make to the final stage, because they are still the defending champion of this tournament. But Villarreal, I can say it's going to be like a difficult group for them, a difficult draw for them tomorrow, because they have the possible chance of meeting either Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, or this team, one England team there. And the England team that are there, they are doing very well in the Champions League. Liverpool, Manchester City, and Chelsea. So for me, I can say that Villarreal going to the semi-final, the chances. So for me, I can say good job for them getting to the last 8, but I don't see them getting to the semi-final.
Final. Okay, now let's quickly discuss about Kurt Zouma. Kurt Zouma have actually been on the page of every news in the past few months, considering his act of kicking a cat. And now France has already dropped him again based on the animal cruelty video. Do you think this is justifiable for Kurt Zouma? Because it seems kicking is not just something that is tantamount to you drop.
This is not Nigeria. We have to just kick your cat, but But for me, I think kudos to David Moyes, despite all this news that he has to face the West Ham are still week in, week out, just for him not to be like he was being sidelined in the team. But I can say that Deschamps has his own opinion for dropping this guy, and that Upamecano that was called to the team. These guys are what this so for me, I can say Deschamps for me has his own opinion, but for me, I can say with I out of this of the squad because France team, I think they need to get their players now, getting their players for the next World Cup coming later this year. I can't blame Deschamps for this call up and Zuma not there. I can't blame him. If you call Deschamps, he has his own opinion for dropping this guy.
Okay, to another president, Ayena of Lewandowski contract. We are relaxed going into talks with Robert Lewandowski, Manuel Neuer, Thomas Muller. There's still enough time for our players. I know that Lewandowski knows that we value him enormously. He had it. We also have a news that Manchester United is monitoring our Chelsea. Thomas Tuchel situation of Chelsea has become Manchester United ahead of Mauricio Pochettino and Eric Ten Hag. They can make an offer to praise him away from Chelsea. I don't think this can happen. Thomas Tuchel leaving Chelsea for Manchester United.
See that coming, though. Anything can happen in the world of football. The transfer, once if United, one of the best, richest club in the world, they can pull the surprise, they can pull the string and get this guy. But at the start, you just want to leave this thing. But for me, I don't see that coming. I don't even see it coming. I can only say that only Mario Pochettino and Eric Ten Hag can be the only team that only coach that can just get the service.
Okay. You know, because our time is fast spent on this page, I would like us to dribble much on issues surrounding sport. But let's take this news. Chelsea already, let me say it's a very big news to all Chelsea fans watching us at home. Chelsea already agreed a personal terms with Anthony Rudiger on a new. But the sanctions against the club have changed the situations. But actually, Real Madrid, Juventus, PSG, and Manchester United are all interested in the vendor. Do you think Anthony Rudiger will still stick with Chelsea with the current situation on ground?
For me, I think Rudiger, if they can just get what he wants, is going to stay with Chelsea. Don't forget this Rudiger. This guy just said that give him the money he wants and I'm going to stay. So if they can give this guy what he wants, then I don't see him leaving Chelsea, because for me, I can say that he's the best defender Chelsea having at the moment. And after him is this guy Thiago Silva at the back of the line. So for me, Rudiger, though I'm not surprised that they are having personal terms with this man Rudiger. So for me, Rudiger good to be in the Chelsea squad. And since Thomas Tuchel has been their coach, he rejuvenated his form back, and we've been seeing the best of Rudiger in Chelsea. So for me, good one for Rudiger, good one for Chelsea if they can get this guy to put pen to paper.
Okay, now it's been nice having Paul Christian in the studio today. Now I love to have more of time to discuss much on our sport update, but I hope when next I call upon Paul Christian to come and have a discussion on sport updates, we use my call. It words to our viewers at home before we leave.
Like I always say, that it's good to be a sport fantastic. I say myself, Paul Christian.
Okay, thank you very much to all our esteemed viewers at home. Always keep watching AYOGEN TV. You can as well follow us on our Facebook, our Twitter, our Instagram, and YouTube. Just click that small bell just to get notified on every of our programs. All thanks to all members of this crew. I'm my director for this segment, MC Harmony, CK, and my able editorial board on ground, which is Mr. John Joshua. To every other members, our acting managing directors, Bleeding Pen, our director, Daddy Ebin, and to our able Oga Kwata in the house, which is Mr. Falegan. I mean, you never walk alone. Out on Saturday that I will still come your way. Though tomorrow is all about